Okay, now we move. So we're talking now about permanent resident applications from abroad. Do you know the golden rule of Canada, of Immigration Canada? What is what everybody call the golden rule? You don't know? The golden rule is that you must apply at the embassy to come to Canada. And you must be receiving an approval at the Canadian Embassy overseas to come to Canada. So this is the golden rule. So they love that you go and apply there and say, you know, I want to go to Canada and I want to apply for any of these categories and whatever. They hate the rest. When someone decides, it's so bizarre that person that come as a visitor and then the person wants to stay. Oh my God! No, and they become so upset. Go home and apply there and come back. And why? I don't know. You know, but that's a reaction that I think comes from all time, in my opinion, from maybe 40, 50 years ago, and they haven't really changed their set of mind. Then global and globalization is creating another things. So the first application abroad is called a skilled worker class. Let me use this to say that every permanent resident possibility under the law is a class. You know, for instance, skilled worker class. So I will explain to you what that means a little bit in more details later on, but do you know what a skilled worker class means? Or a skilled worker application? Is when you have to meet 67 points. You go to the immigration website and you can do this self-evaluation that is there in the website, and you fill the questionnaire in order to obtain 67 points. And then if you obtain the 67 points, you apply. So this is a problem because most of the new immigrants or newcomers, they don't have a self-esteem problems. So when they do this self-evaluation in the website, they get 100 points and 110 points. The self-evaluation is designed that you may have, if you have a wonderful curriculum, maybe 72, 73, 75. If you are over 75, is something wrong. And my suggestion always is that the person try to self-assess themselves on the website in the worst way that you could be assessed. If you use the lower categories and everything, and you manage to have 67 points, you're good. Because maybe that's the category that the immigration officer is going to use. So a skilled worker is, you need to have a profession or a skilled occupation. And you have to meet business class. You know, we divided, or the law divided in investors and entrepreneurs. And they don't even have to start a business as investors, because you can now apply you know, to other type of investment than, you know, you buy stocks, or you buy this, or you buy that, and you can prove that you are coming here to live here as an investor. The other one, you have to open a business. Both of them are very difficult because you require between $500,000 to do it. So most of our clients are, and if you have a client that have $500,000, Immigration Canada will be very interested in knowing where this money is coming from as well. So, you know, it's not recommendable to do it, but some people are millionaires or they are well off and they can do it, no? But the majority of our clients know. Provincial nominees. This is every province now in Canada has a provincial immigration program, and they can bring skilled and unskilled workers.
Skilled and unskilled workers?
Unskilled, yes.
Okay.
That's the character. That's the big difference.
Okay.
Then you can bring, you know, a person that you trust, that doesn't have skills, but is going to do a specific work. But you can bring a skilled worker as well, you know what I mean? Or you can also give the possibility to people that obtain these skills here in Canada, or they went to university or something. The name of the program in Canada is called Opportunities Ontario. And it's very clear, no? And the secret about the provincial nominee is something that is called NOC. So you have to meet, in order to apply for provincial nominee or for a skilled worker, you have to apply, you have to meet one of the occupations. So, and you have another category, that is this one, that is the humanitarian and compassionate application at the Canadian embassies. You know that this is a very interesting, because the law, the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act, said that any application, or all the applications that are listed, or classes or whatever that are listed in the law, you can apply under humanitarian application. You can under humanitarian and compassionate reasons. Okay, but go and see in the website of Immigration Canada where to find that. Nowhere. So they don't want humanitarian applications overseas. They don't want that someone said, well, my son doesn't meet the criteria totally about family class, but for these and these reasons, I would love to bring it to Canada, you know? It's easy with daughters, you know, but it's difficult with sons, you know? Well, because in some cultures, the risk of leaving a daughter behind by itself is more than leaving a man by itself. So, so you have for instance, let me put an example. If you have a single daughter, 27 years old, in Pakistan, and you are going to bring the rest of the family, and only she doesn't qualify the criteria, to leave it by herself will be very problematic. You know, or Afghanistan, or different things. And that extends, in a way, to other cultures like Latino cultures, no? She's not going to be killed or whatever, but she's going to have a very tough time trying to survive if she doesn't have a job, if she is a single mother, for instance. So the reasons why Immigration Canada is more flexible with women and young daughters, or, you know, single mothers or whatever, is clear. But in the other hand, son 26 years old, single or whatever, you will have to prove that there is other conditions in order that you can bring it here. But that's the humanitarian application. You will have to try to convince an officer overseas that you want to bring your son or your daughter for these particular reasons, even if they don't meet the criteria. But if you check in the website, the H&C application from overseas is not there. The only thing is one paragraph saying, and by the way, you can make all these applications for compassion and humanitarian reasons. The law allows you to do. What are the guidelines? What are the elements? What are the nothing? Because the rate of application for H&C overseas is zero, basically. The people don't have the risk, don't take the risk, because they are losing the money for nothing.